What's up, guys? Jazz Berganzo here with yet another What's Next. Yesterday, I did a video regarding the U.S. Olympic trials in Oregon, where one Deanna Price won the gold medal, and of course, for the shot put, and of course, vaulted her into participating in the Olympic Games in Tokyo. But that wasn't the whole story. Gwen Berry, third place, bronze medalist, wasn't satisfied with that. She turned her back when they played the national anthem, and then draped her head with a t-shirt in regards to activist athlete. Of course, she was called a clown, not just by yours truly, but by many in social media for basically her embarrassment, and you could tell by her disgust of not just the national anthem, but the American flag and what America represents. But yet she's going on to Tokyo to represent the U.S., you know, being that we're so racist. With that being said, I said during the video, this nonsense, just like Black Lives Matter, that nonsense will not be tolerated in Tokyo. Her nonsense will not be tolerated in Tokyo. And I said, good luck. Well, let's take a look at this. This comes out of Outkick. The IOC will not allow kneeling, other protests at the Tokyo Games. Take note, NFL. The International Olympic Committee will not allow kneeling or other forms of protest at the Olympic Games beginning next month in Tokyo. That I call it. Athletes will not be allowed to participate in protests or demonstrations on the field of play during any official ceremony or at the podium, and those who do will be punished with, I wonder why, I wonder how. Christy Coventry, the IOC's Athletes Commission chief, will likely gain a massive amount of social media supporters across the U.S., saying, quote, a very clear majority of athletes said that they think it's not appropriate to demonstrate or express their views on the field of play, at the official ceremonies, or at the podium, end of quote. So, our recommendation is to preserve the podium, field of play, and official ceremonies from any kind of protest or demonstrations or acts perceived as such, Coventry added. America's most popular sports, mainly NFL and NBA, have generally looked the other way when athletes chose to disrespect the flag. But they would be wise to look at the IOC's recent findings relating to such demonstrations. According to TMZ, the IOC spent 11 months consulting with various experts and athletes before drawing up its plan. They polled more than 3,500 elite athletes and Olympians range in age from 16 to 55, and it became obvious that the majority, in my opinion, overwhelming majority, are in favor of strict rules against demonstrations. Specific punishments for violating the rules in protest demonstrations have yet to be determined, but those who choose to disrespect their countries despite competing for those same countries will suffer consequences. My thoughts. Yeah, I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. They're not going to have any of this nonsense. The buffoonery, the moronism, the idiocy, the assholery that has become the NFL and the NBA will not be tolerated at the Olympic Games. Same thing with its amateur athletes. So those like Gwen Berry, you know, who did their little protest stand with t-shirt over her head, yeah, good luck with that. And for those who actually win medals, that's going to be the punishment, as in strip you of your medals and your titles. That's going to be the punishment. I'm just predicting. That's just a prediction, because how else are you going to punish an amateur athlete unless you strip them of their title and or medals? So, Tokyo Games, I haven't watched the Olympics in a long time, but this one's going to be fun. Let's move on to story number 2. Speaking of clowns, this is Roger Goodell. This comes out of The Blaze. NFL declares football is gay. Yee. Football is lesbian. Gee! Football is beautiful. The NFL on Monday joined the rest of corporate shills and knee benders in America in marketing the alphabet Americans for June with the release of a new commercial declaring that football is gay, lesbian, queer, transgender, bisexual, and a whole bunch of other things that are mainly made up. The 30-second advertisement begins by stating football is gay, as drums roll and people cheer in the background. Quote, football's lesbian. Football's beautiful. Football's queer. Football's life. Football's exciting. Football's culture. Football's stretch. I'm getting tired of this crap. The commercial announces the ad is titled "Football is for Everyone" and is entitled to send a strong message of acceptance from the league fans and players, according to Outsports. It is also a direct response to the Raiders' defensive Carl Nassib coming out as gay last week. A spokesperson for the league said, yeah, you know that same Carl Nassib? It turns out that his political views don't line up with the new NFL and the alphabet crew. Quote, I'm proud of the clear message that this spot sends to the NFL's alphabet fans. This game is unquestionably for you. NFL Diversity Director Sam Rappaport told Outsports. NFL Diversity Director. So let's make up a title, give him an office for what? Woke. Thank you very much. Quote, I am proud of the clear message that this spot sends. Yes, I just read that. Excuse me. I will be playing its first line over and over in my head all season. In a statement, the NFL touted its partnership with Trevor Project in creating the ad. The Trevor Project is a non-profit organization that provides crisis information and suicide prevention services to gay, bisexual, trans, queer, and those who are questioning. In the new film, Football's for Everyone, the NFL, in partnership with the Trevor Project and creative agency, blah, 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 who cares? The league redefines the game to be inclusive of all types of fans, coaches, and players. The film also features the Trevor Project to highlight life-saving resources for the alphabet crew, the NFL said. This spot is about celebrating pride and the importance of inclusion. NFL Chief Marketing Officer Tim Ellis said, it's imperative that we use our voice and leverage to the NFL platform to drive positive change, which includes supporting what our players care about and what they stand for. Quote, if you love the game, you are welcome here. Football's for all. Football is for everyone, the NFL said on its official Twitter account. Quote, the NFL stands by the alphabet community today and every day. My thoughts. Once again, as we showed you in the beginning of this segment, Goodell's a clown. Excuse me. He's a clown, a buffoon, a moron. The ass kissers at the NFL, it's just what they are. Corporate ass kissers, corporate shills, knee benders, and taking it up with no KY. Now, come July, they'll forget about all this, just like Sony would, Warner Brothers, Coke, McDonald's. Name the corporate, they will forget all about this by July and August. They're gonna be like, gay who? That's exactly what they are. It's exactly what they'll do. But again, when you basically are you're alienating the overwhelming majority of the fans out there. 90% of the fans out there are men, women who are straight. Sorry. Now, I'm not basing that on fact. I'm basing it on my 40 plus years in watching football. Just me. But in the end of this segment, the NFL, just like the NBA, will get laughed at. And the ratings will tout that. Because if they push this nonsense the way they tried to do with Black Lives Matter and it blew up in their faces, just like the NBA's ratings tanked, the NFL's ratings tanked when one Colin Kaepernick took a knee, Mr. Irrelevance, and the rest, as they say, is history. But I'm not surprised about this. Once again, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? There are those who have not watched a season because of the clownery and buffoonery that was 2020. I was one of them for the first time since I was 7 years old. Did not watch a season of Philadelphia football. I won't do that again. But it's best to keep an eye on the bullshit. And with that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. If you want to see more just like this, please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you do not miss a thing, folks. And we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.